everybody, thank you so much for logging into our last class for the lead gen series. But wait, there will be more. We're going to do some more stuff coming up next year. As you all have heard, Deb Ellis has taken the helm for education, and she and I have chatted, and she's got some good ideas. So we're going to do another series coming up pretty soon. But this is the last one for lead gen, and we want to thank you all for hanging in there with us till the end. The video today, the session is being recorded. So if you do have questions and you want to share or chat, whatever, that's fine. Just understand that you're being recorded. We will be publishing this. Probably it's going to take me a day or two to get it up, I think. I don't think I'll get it up today. So we'll get this done and posted for you so you can go and listen again and share with your friends and other people in the office. We hope you will. We know you have. We've actually had a lot of traffic on the video series we've done so far. So this is, again, video marketing. It's a beginner's guide, so we're going to give you some ideas. This is not going to be technical. We're not going to sit down and say, here's how you edit a video. We'll give you some tips, but we'll save that for more one-on-one stuff and whatever your preferred product is. I am Matthew Routhman, your part of your host team here. Poppy Merrill's with us.
Hello.
And Angel.
Hi.
And we are scattered about. So this is our first time doing this where we're not in the same room. So we're going to talk over each other just like we do all day long when we are in the same room. So I'm in Stafford because as soon as we get done with this, I need to run to the next room and teach part of the relocation class. Angel is in New York because she's awesome like that, and New York's amazing. Poppy is sitting in my office in downtown office because she is now in charge. So There we are.
This is my office now.
So we're going to apologize up front if there is some chit chat over top of each other. We'll make this work. So a reminder, if you have not taken the other 7 parts of this 8-part series, plus 2 bonus parts, so technically 9, you got more than you paid for. You can go to leadscoop.com/leadgen and watch those series. This is meant to be part of the complete series. This also takes the place for the original published series. We did have that this was going to be a bring it all together kind of class, and we realized we don't really need to do that. If you watched all the videos, you can already put it all together on your own. So we did realize we did not add video, which is a really, really critical part of our marketing, because people no longer read, they watch. They're going to watch videos all day long, and we're going to run through some stats real quick in an effort to understand better who our clients are. So our first step is creating followers. So I'll let Angel and Poppy talk about this a little bit. From a social media standpoint, Poppy, what are some good ways to build a following?
I think probably being a resource and being a source of interesting content about either your area or your special niche that you like to expound upon, or anything where you're providing education and information to people is going to draw people in, because everyone is out there Googling on their own in their house at 3 a.m, and that's how they're going to find you, is if you're actually putting things out that they're looking for. So I think being a resource and then showing your personality and being your lovable self is going to get people to stay after they get their information that they came for. That's what's going to get people to keep following you and keep listening to what you have to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it depends on the platform that you're on. So on Facebook, obviously, it's going to be people that you know, that know you and trust you. But if you are on the other social media platforms like Twitter, I would, to create followers there, you would have to engage with people that have the same interests as you. That way, you're posting content that you're both interested in, and you get more engagement that way.
Okay, groovy. So when we talk about the videos and video series, putting a video out there, and we've talked about the long tail effect of some of this stuff, putting a video out there, you may not get the highest punch or traffic on the first day, but as you build followers, it's information you can continue to put back out there, refer to, and we're going to show you some examples of that pretty soon. In an earlier session, actually, I think our first official session, we talked about client personas and who you're reaching out to. So to bridge on that, you already know who that person is. Let's look at a couple stats. Oops.
Whoa.
Hello, there you are.
Whoa. Did you guys get all that?
We're not going to let you read them.
Okay. So
What's
I
that?
may have screwed that up. All right. 76% of buyers use video to view homes. That's pretty big. So 3 out of 4 buyers are going to use videos as part of their home viewing experience. 81% of buyers are more likely to look at a home online that has a video. 89% of home buyers look at community videos. 78% of sellers are more likely to list with an agent who uses video marketing. 46% of users act after watching a video. I'm not sure what they're acting on. I'm just reciting the stats. Marketers who use video see a 49% faster revenue growth. They also see a 49 to 52% increase in followers when you use video versus GIFs or photos or just text. So, Poppy Angel, what do you think about those stats?
I think it's awesome. And actually, can we go back to the community video slide? Because that's when you're talking about long tail, that the community videos have a much longer shelf life than your, obviously the listing videos, because it pretty much expires after the listing is sold. So it's important that you guys are doing community videos because 89% of home buyers are looking at that. I mean, they're buying not just the house, they're buying the community around it. So it's really important. And, just for brand awareness, just for being a resource and being an expert in your community, that's really important to do.
Yeah, community videos are pretty much, they call it evergreen content that is going to sit on your website or your YouTube channel or whatever and be working for you 24 hours a day until you take it down, or if the neighborhood changes drastically or something and you have to update the video. But pretty much once that's done, that's going to be sitting there waiting for people to look at it. And you haven't had to do anything, but you'll probably see so much interaction on those just because people are looking for that information. And if you need a good example of somebody that's doing that, Jay Parrish actually just put out a bunch of community videos, and we have some as well.
Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit more about those in just a bit, but the statistic remains. I mean, that's a huge part when you think about your consumer. They're looking at moving to Fredericksburg or Gainesville or Fairfax, wherever they're moving. They want to go check out what's going on in the area. Having someone be their trusted host, someone they can connect with and provides that information is be pretty powerful. So, and I forgot to mention that all 3 of us have had quite a bit of experience, well, relatively good experiences with video, in that we've done them and we've gotten clients and connections out of them. My slides are going crazy.
What are you doing over there?
Kidding. Sorry. I made everybody slide sick right there. Okay. So, by the way, this is Jessica, who last week came into our office, and we're going to be publishing some videos of some cool stuff she did. But here's a couple ideas. And so part of our role today in this session is to give you some ideas of stuff you can do. The first and most obvious is the video bio, right? Having the ability to talk to the client and be your introduction, especially for people who aren't in your sphere of influence and you have a listing appointment that was a relo or a zap lead or a friend of a friend who referred them. Having a video you can send off in front of you before going there helps build a connection and a real person. I'm sorry, that says you're a real person. And then, go ahead.
What?
Oh, I thought somebody was talking. Okay, and then listing videos. Of course, this is an obvious one, right? We know, we saw the stats earlier. 3 out of 4 people are looking for videos of the home to kind of get that in-house feel. This is in addition to augmented reality and 3D tours. Community videos we chatted about a little bit, and then neighborhood videos. So these are 2 different ones. The neighborhood video is an actual neighborhood. So if you list a lot in Quiet Harbor, you want to have a video that talks about the Quiet Harbor Fire Rescue Police, the parks, the water, the boating area, wherever, Lake of the Woods, and the golf courses, and the equestrian the equestrian stables. All those things would be part of the neighborhood videos, as opposed to community that's generally talking about stuff going on. And then, of course, testimonial videos, which we'll talk about in a bit, and then niche marketing or niche marketing, depending on how you like to say it. Those are all examples or categories of videos that we're going to talk about here. All right, so here, I'll let Angel talk about the video bio, since this is an example of one of hers.
Yes, we're not playing it, right?
Well, I'm not playing any video on webinar because they never work right.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, they don't work right. So if you've never done a video, this is the first video that you should tackle. This needs to go on your website, on your YouTube channel, and any profiles that will allow you to put a video, because most platforms will promote profiles with video bios higher. So they're not resumes, they are, introduction to you, like Matthew said, and it has to be authentic, it has to be real, and it has to be simple and short. You can't, maybe a minute, or 2 minutes maximum. Nobody's going to sit there and listen to you talk about yourself for, more than that. And actually, it's important that you're not just talking about yourself. You talk about the community, why you love living there, why somebody should look into living in the community that you love. So, yeah.
Okay, Poppy, anything
about video bios? Yes.
Whatever you want to talk about. God,
oh, okay.
Yours.
Yeah, so I actually was just remembering at Gen Blue, they were talking about ways to get people to kind of buy into your personal brand a little bit more. And they were talking about sending them a video right after you meet them or right after you set an appointment with them. So if you have your video link, I mean, you can just use this. You don't have to just stick it on all your profiles and then leave it alone. You can use your video bio if it's short enough and relevant enough. Just go ahead and text it to people that you haven't met before, but you have an appointment with. That's going to help them feel a little bit more comfortable when you actually get to their house and they don't feel like, oh, who's this weirdo? They can see who you are. And it makes them feel better that they're not inviting a crazy person to their house.
Yep. And actually on Twitter and Facebook, you can pin a tweet or pin a post at the top of your page. So you can do that with your video bio, and that'll be the first introduction. If somebody's going on your Twitter page for the first time, that'll be the very first tweet that they see, so they can listen to what you have to say and introduce yourself to them. And I did that for my Twitter account for a long time, for a couple of years probably. And I don't even know how many thousands of views. I would have to go look and see, but it's a great way for people to get to know you better immediately, and you don't even have to send them anything. So.
Whoa, there we go.
So I have a pinned tweet. I only have 1.5 thousand views because I'm not Angel. And I do want to Poppy's point, if you are a crazy person, apparently the video beforehand will negate that on your behalf. So powerful video there. But anyway, so 1.5 thousand views on the video bio introducing who I am. And yeah, I've gotten some inquiries, not 1.5 thousand inquiries, but some. But anyone who's looking to follow you will watch the video to see who you are before they go look through the rest of the stream of what you've been tweeting.
Yeah.
Just to that point. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, so let's talk about from the video bios. Again, we're a big fan of these, and the information. We'll talk about the technology later and how to get that done. They're super easy and they're pretty critical. I mean, they're almost as important as your written bio. Almost only in that your written bio has better SEO, and some people do like to read, but it's better in the regard that most people would watch your 2-minute video on who you are as opposed to reading 8 minutes of a written bio. Okay, moving on to, and I didn't have a good segue slide, sorry. Moving on to listing videos, we wanted to make a couple points, some things that will help you out as CBE agents that are available to you. You have premium and premier Zillow and Realtor.com profiles for your listings. We always suggest that you take advantage of those. And so for Realtor.com, it's pretty easy. If you do a video or a 3D tour or a Matterport model or whatever you do, you can grab the link for that, log into Realtor.com, go to listings, click on links, and all you need to do is click on change and copy the URL to whatever video you have. Now, for reasons we could discuss some other time, the multiple listing services are not a friend of ours as far as personal promotion, right? They really want just listing data in there, not agents marketing themselves. That means after it goes out of MLS, we need to be able to put something that differentiates ourselves and our listing from others. And so there are canned virtual tours and elevator music over the Ken Burns effect kind of photos that they create as home tours, quote unquote. You can't see my air quotes, but they're there. What we suggest is you do something that not only showcases a house, but also your ability to demonstrate a home and your personality a little bit and who you are, so that the consumer And again, I forgot to mention when we post this to Elite Scoop, I'm going to put samples of some of the videos that we've done to talk about, that show examples of what we've done, and help you to understand what we're talking about. But remember, the listing you have now is an introduction to how you will market properties in the future. It is also a good way to get more listings and more sales. And so we looked at those stats earlier, and we know that the sellers and the buyers are really into video, even if not most agents are. You can set yourself apart by putting good, solid videos in your listings. Okay, so that's how you do it in Realtor.com.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, good. Thanks for the support, guys.
Well, okay. All right.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say that your listing may have sold or whatever, but I would just leave all of those, obviously change in the description that this house is sold, but I would leave all of your listing videos up on your YouTube at least, so that someone who is researching you to be to sell their house can see what kind of content you make. And I've found that people like to go through and see all those.
Yeah, I've actually used the videos I've done for prior listings in my presentation on my iPad and show them samples
Yeah,
of the work,
100%.
or even send them to the YouTube page. Just do remember that once the house is sold, you're not permitted to market it as active or sold for sale anymore. So make sure you go edit the description of your listing to show that this is a sold property after it's sold on your YouTube page. And we're talking more about YouTube in just a bit. All right. Now, Zillow is cantankerous and made some changes recently. We can't just go put our 3D models and tours and videos and all that. You, as Premier agents, with Premier Listings rather, can go download the Premier Agent Zillow app, log in, click on listing video, and then go find your listings and click on add video. And what Zillow allows you to do is to do an agent introduction walkthrough of the property. So you use your little phone, you walk through the house, you can narrate it and chat about it, and add the video that way.
Actually, there's no sound.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
there's no sound,
Yeah.
but they have music that you can add.
Yeah, it's just a walkthrough, and that's great for a lot of agents because they're afraid of talking on video or being seen on video. So you're literally just walking through the house and just doing a walkthrough. You don't have to say anything, and that's going to show up on the listing page, and that's going to boost that listing up higher when somebody's doing a search.
Yeah, or if you're in my case, if you're walking upstairs and you get out of breath, no one will know.
Exactly. Just try to keep it steady. Don't give people headaches with your videos.
Bottom step. That was a rookie mistake. You got to start at the second to top step and then go from there. But it's pretty brainless. Those are incredibly easy to make.
Okay, and then I'll kick it off to you guys to talk about Paradigm. This is our new product that helps us with marketing homes.
Yeah, so Paradigm is actually, just a reminder, we have a training webinar for Paradigm on the 17th, this Friday, and also the 20th. I think that's at 2 p.m. The Friday one is at 10 a.m. This is an introduction to what the system can do. If you've used Listings to Leads, it's like that, but it's much better looking. But anyway, we're going to do a webinar Friday and Monday, and then you guys are going to do one-on-one training after that, after all the listings have been put in the, hey, Charlotte's calling me. I can't answer her right now. Okay, but Paradigm will allow you to put a video. It will actually send it to Realtor.com and to the MLS, but it will pull all the listing photos from the MLS and create a video for you. It will do, you can do music. There's a voice it's like a robotic voice, I guess, that will narrate whatever description you put in there. But you can also download the Paradigm mobile app and do a voiceover. So you can record your voice while the tour is going on. So you can talk about each room and any information about the house. So that's a great tool. I suggest you guys use that. And it's really easy. I tried it the other day. So.
It's actually a lot of fun. I mean, it's so easy. It's kind of stupid easy, and you can have the music or the voice. The robot voice wasn't horrible. They're going to read the description you put in MLS unless you edit it. And then as soon as I hit save, it automatically published to YouTube for me, and my YouTube publishes to Twitter and Facebook. So as soon as I was happy with it and hit save, it automatically put out there in the social world. But yeah, you can rearrange the photos and talk over it, and it's pretty cool.
Yep.
Kind of excited about that one. Poppy.
Oh, hey, who's that?
It's
Ex-
so
Okay.
luxurious.
it's
Oh my
extremely
gosh.
luxurious.
This is an extremely luxurious open house tour. Yeah, so I get really bored at open houses and make videos, and they actually get a fair amount of traffic because people are searching for that home anyway. So as long as I put the address in the description or the title or whatever, people will find me and they'll find me talking about the house. And I've actually had a couple people say that that's how they found me and that's how they decided they wanted to use me because they watched me do a bunch of videos. So and this is actually great for new agents too, because I didn't have a whole lot of listings in the beginning. And so as long as I was just able to volunteer to sit other people's open houses, I had listings that I could use in the background of my open house videos. So it's kind of the same idea of the paradigm videos. I would advise like practicing a couple ahead of time before you put your first one out. But basically I would just either film a little very short intro of like, hey, this is me and I'm at so and so address, and then have a bunch of pictures ready so that I could just talk over it, which is kind of similar to the paradigm idea. And if you've seen me at an open house, you know that I usually write down a little script so that I can just talk over it and read the script and not have to like come up with something on the fly. But yeah, it's one of the easiest things to make because you just talk about the house. And people want to see the house. They don't mind seeing you for 5 seconds, and you get your face out there. So I like them a lot.
Yeah, and you got nothing better to do in an open house. So, might as well get some marketing out there, right?
Yeah, legitimately.
For the two people that are going to be there. Yeah. So you need to
Well,
make that a
so
productive time.
for them to leave, yep.
I forgot to mention actually for paradigm videos, it's not just for listings. You can actually create neighborhood tours. So if you do a neighborhood video, you can do a tour. It creates basically a page for that neighborhood or whatever it might be. It could be an event, actually, a community event. So you guys will find out more about that, but it's an awesome tool that will not only let you just do the listing ones, also, community tours.
Yep. And speaking of community videos,
Oh, hey, there it is.
boom.
Whoa, great segue, Angel.
Yeah, I know, right? I knew that was going to happen. But yeah, so all that stuff can be stored on Paradigm now.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, yay. Okay, so
Yay.
we've talked about community videos, and we are kind of excited about these community videos. And some things we haven't mentioned is going out. And as I'm actually, as always, when we teach these sessions, we start writing down ideas of other stuff we want to and should be going doing. But go interview your favorite business owner, right? The guy who owns the wine shop. Years ago, I did this when I lived in Caroline County for a bit. Went and interviewed the guy who just opened the wine shop, and not only did we write an article about it and put a video up of the 3-minute conversation about his wine shop, we made a new friend. He was pretty cool with us. He actually referred some clients to us because we came in and helped him promote his business. But again, the out and about, kind of looking at um, uh, different community events, interviewing people from the county about certain questions consumer would have, um, talking about, or even doing a video while you're at maybe a concert in the park or something, or um, I was going to say yoga in the park. That's going to be creepy. So maybe not go interview people doing yoga in the park. But like Hamcramp Park has Family Day on, what is it, Tuesdays during the summer or Thursdays, I think.
Tuesdays, yeah.
Tuesdays. Yeah, I mean, going into a quick video shot of that, talk about what it is and how often it is occurring is pretty cool. And again, it's how that long tail, that longevity on the market, so to speak, where people can find it when they're looking for something specific. You answer the question or give them information, and that's again how you build subscribers. If they see you consistently doing and presenting information and content they like, then they'll be more likely to follow.
Yeah, promoting the businesses is awesome because more than likely that business will share your video. So that
Yeah.
gets you in front of their audience, which is great.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like people are hesitant to do those types of, interview a local business owner or promoting or sharing anything that another business does because they're like, why am I giving them free advertising? You're not. You're getting your face in their advertising that they're already doing. And it's kind of inserting yourself in what people are already looking for, which is a sneaky way to do advertising, but it works. And you're selling a lifestyle too. When people buy a home, they're buying into the area and the town and the shops. And so advertising other people's businesses, I'm doing air quotes that you can't see, you're selling the lifestyle too. So that's what people are going to be looking for. And especially, I was going to add that community videos are especially crucial for relo clients, because they have literally no way of knowing what the community is like. I know I've heard people say that they were literally just on Google Earth, like trying to figure out what the neighborhood is like. And that's terrible. We should have a way for them to be able to see like a drive-through or a talk-through of like, this is what the town looks like. This is what it's actually like to live here. Because those people have no way of knowing unless they literally make a trip out here, which a lot of people can't do. So community videos are going to be really good for all different types of clients, and you should do them. I'm going to start talking now.
Yep. And actually, I was just reminded that HD Bros have done some awesome aerial tours of different communities in the area. So you guys, if you go to hdbros.com, and they've also emailed it to us, and we'll put a link to the lead gen page on Elite Scoop, links to those videos, but they're letting you guys use those videos for your promotion. So feel free to use those.
Yeah, like if you have or you're just starting to put neighborhoods, a little profile or whatever that you're writing on your website or something like that, or a blog, you can just stick that video in, and it looks like you have this really awesome video, and they're all free. As long as you write a little thing about it, it makes you look really good.
Yeah, I think, and it goes back to the evolution with marketing and advertising that we've seen over the last like 20-25 years. We're not really in the traditional selling mode now. It's more social selling. So all the stuff you're doing in social media, that is your marketing. That's your that's letting people know what you do. It's no longer putting an ad in the paper. That is, you're basically screaming, and it's a one-sided conversation. It's now, having a real conversation about people in the community, people that you want to engage with. So.
All right, cool. A couple other things about community videos. Make sure you focus on communities that you serve, so that you can speak well about them when you're asked, and the information reflects well, and it gives you that home kind of town feel, and you're not all over the place. Remember, they don't buy homes, they're buying communities. This is kind of a big point, especially with millennials and younger Gen X kind of walk into the market. It's not as important that the house be perfect. It is that the perfect house be in the right location. The perfect location for the right house. So building that sense of community and where things are, and how you get there, and that there's excitement and energy about them, are all very positive things. Talk about what makes the community great. Why would people want to live there, and what's unique about it as opposed to other communities in the area they could choose from. Always offer yourself up as a resource. Let them know that you're available for more questions, and to be, get a tour of even the neighborhood through your eyes. And you don't have to live there. You just need to know enough about it. Talk about some of the best places to eat, parks to go to, the best place to get your dog groomed. I mean, those are lifestyle oriented marketing things that people do have questions about, and may and probably will come and look for that information. And if they see consistently you're delivering things that enhance their life, make it better, they're far more likely to follow and reshare, which is a pretty critical part of doing all of this, is getting those reshares. Spotlight businesses, we talked about that. And they're relevant for a very long time. Poppy mentioned that. And make sure you do add keywords when you post it on YouTube and then transfer it over to your blog, that you talk about the location and what type of business it is, products, amenities, benefits, things that people might be looking for. Our next type of video is actually, this is a pretty simple one. This is testimonials. And this is Alec and Laura. I helped them buy a home a few years ago. And we're sitting at the table, and I said, hey guys, we're waiting for paperwork. Do me a favor. Tell me how this experience was for you. And you can see it was only 38 seconds, but I didn't ask them to say good things about me. I asked them to say, how did the transaction go? Because I really wanted that it's a smooth transaction. That's what people really want, that everybody communicated well and they're good vendors. And that's exactly what they delivered in 38 seconds. We posted the video. I did this on my iPad, literally just leaning against the chair in front of them, recorded the video, later posted it to YouTube, and shared it on Facebook. And they reshared it saying, hey, Matt, thanks for the great job that you did, whatever it was that they said. And 2 days later, one of their friends called me, and he was moving in the area too. So I worked with them as well, because Alec and Laura shared their video. All right. General informational videos. Although this has a podcast graphic, it's actually about videos. All right. So real
Yes.
estate tips. What are, I was waiting for female voices from somewhere to jump in there.
Good. Yes.
This is my life, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
So,
So,
yes, you can talk about the
Yeah.
process,
Good job,
the buying or selling process. Things that you would find valuable when you're buying a house, educating consumers on, why they need a realtor, why a home inspection is important, things like that. Of course, answer frequently asked questions, and bringing in other experts in your sphere is also great. So you can interview a lender that you work with, or a home inspector, because that gives a different point of view for the consumer.
yeah, and Rich Owens, the little shout out to Rich, who's awesome, down at the downtown office, started a series with interviewing a mortgage lender. He interviewed another broker, another agent. I mean, he was very giving as far as he wasn't presenting himself to be the absolute source of all information. He did it in a kind of a very casual in the living room chat with these folks to get out there so they could speak about what they were good at and why he surrounded himself with the best affiliates in town, and why the movement loan officer was able to help people, and he asked some specific questions, not just um, why we're great, but what does a buyer need to know to get prepared for buying or whatever. Pretty good information. Again, these are questions. Think about what questions you get asked throughout the day, and you go, you know what, I've been asked that question twice or three times now. Maybe I should answer that for people by posting a video, because it's stuff you can share later. So you do this conversation about what's the best um, what's the best loan type for a first-time home buyer, for example, and somebody asks you that question, you can go, hey, you know what, I've got information on that. Let me email it to you, and it's a reason to reach out and send them the video and information you've already put together for them.
for sure. I'd also just want to chime in that they don't have to be super formal. Rich did an awesome job in that they were filmed in our nice little living room setting. But if you are not that kind of person, that it would feel really weird to you to sit down and have like a formal chit chat with a, source or whatever. They can also just be out and about, like while you're, if you're out showing homes, don't take a video of someone's home, but like just make it a little more casual, and you can still convey that important information that you might think of out, on the fly. Doesn't have to be a sit down thing.
Yeah, and it should be short. Again, a couple of minutes, and maybe just tackle one point at a time. Don't do too many things in the video because you'll lose people.
For sure.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to give you an example of a niche. Actually, Angel and I, this is really more her thing than mine. She lets me tag along and be her sidekick for this. But I've always liked niche. Before, we're going to talk about smart homes in a minute, but an example that I had before was just technology, buyer technology. So when I first started blogging years ago, it was, the best webpage to get information, or the best tool to get information, or the best way to check out homes, like Poppy said about looking at Google Earth. Before we had all these other tools and resources, Google Earth and such was good for a buyer to kind of check out the areas. So this one is about smart home, and I've been kind of proud to watch Angel kind of take ownership of this. I mean, online entirely through tweet chats and all the rest. And we put together a little video at one of our listings, unboxing the smart home kit, staging kit. And look at those numbers, 5,796 views on our video, talking about here are the elements of a smart home and what makes it smart.
We're really happy making the video. I don't know why we look so angry in that screen.
Yeah, pro tip, look serious while you're talking about something you enjoy.
we really were. I mean, if you watch the video, and I'll post it later, yeah, we were in a good spirit. I don't know why I took that screen capture. I really don't. I think it was
Very solemn.
It was, well, we're both very animated when we talk, so there were some very funky faces going on. It looked like we were, I don't know, I guess I went with angry and solemn is better. Anyways, So here's some other examples that we've used to tag along. So, Angel, go ahead.
Yeah, so the first one is an August lock installation. And And honestly, you don't need to know how to do something. You just need somebody behind the camera that knows how to do it. I'm just kidding. So that one, because it was smart home, we wanted to showcase how easy it was to install some of these products. So the first one is August Lock. And honestly, if I could do it, anybody can. I love smart products, but I'm not necessarily on the technical side where I, want to mess with wires and stuff. So again, it can just be a simple video. The other one is an unboxing. I had gotten this tech box. It's like a surprise box. You pay, I don't know, $20, $30, and they send you a bunch of products. So because unboxing videos are really popular and trendy right now, I wanted to use that to just, I guess, for more brand awareness. And it was fun. I got to unbox a bunch of products that were actually not very good, but it was fun making the video. We've done product comparisons. So that was a smart home staging kit. And actually, the next one was Matthew and I walking through the different parts of the house and showing the actual products installed in the home and talking about the benefits and where they can find more information about it. So yeah.
And yes, the bottom right hand corner is my grandpa's sweater. I am very proud of it, and I will not take any crap because of it. Okay. So those are some ideas of what you can do to do video. It costs nothing to do that. YouTube hosting is free. The camera is on your phone. You've already paid for it. As a matter of fact, we've been referring to our smartphones as now our media center. You can collect the data, the pictures or the video. You can edit them and you can post them all there right at the tip of your hands. And there's countless resources to do this.
Yeah, I mean, guys, you're paying $1,000 for a phone. Don't just use it as a phone. There's other things you can do with it.
The cameras are so good now too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's so many things.
I still like my Canon. All right, so yeah. By the way, this
$1,000 telephone is not a good investment.
Yes, but $1,000 media center absolutely is.
Absolutely.
So, by the way, this is a monopod, so it's just one, but it does have the tripod feet at the bottom, which I really like. I bought one. It's pretty cool. Okay, so there's lots of resources out there and so many apps. And for those who've been with us for a while, and I'm looking through the list, there's a couple of who have been with CBE for a while. You know that back when we talked about Videolicious, and then that became a paid service, we said, I don't pay for that. We've talked about YouTube Director, and quite frankly, as that evolved, it got more complicated and difficult. And our new favorite is Spark. Adobe Spark is it's just kick ass. It's really, really easy to use. It collects video, it lets you edit there. It has royalty free music for background music. You can put the lower thirds and titles, and you can be as fancy or as simple as you want. And again, it's free. And one of the things I like about, other than the things I just listed, another thing I like about Spark is that it's also cloud-based. So if I'm working on collecting the video and editing it on my phone, but it's not quite ready, and as we all do, we get distracted by a phone call or text or whatever, your Tinder starts dinging, whatever. You can go to spark.adobe.com and log in and finish editing the product on your computer. So if you like doing it on the computer versus on your smartphone, we're now going to call this a mobile communications device, right? Because that is stupid, as you mentioned, at $1,000 phone. Anyways, as we start editing there, we can move over and do even more casual editing on the page, or vice versa. It's always there. It's in the cloud, and it's free. If you want to do something else, there are other free editing software suites. If you're a Windows person, our condolences. But you can use Windows Movie Maker, which is free and really not horrible. If you're a Mac user, you can use iMovie, which is amazing. And so I've liked other products, more high-end products before with Adobe Premiere and Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro was like a $380 software purchase for editing picture or videos rather, and it would work for a great period of time, and I still have it. But honestly, almost everything I was doing can be done in iMovie. So maybe that just says I'm just simple and I don't need complicated things. Maybe that's the problem. But iMovie works really well. Windows Movie Maker works well. And as I just mentioned, Spark.adobe is free and it's a internet-based editing app. So you can do this on anybody's computer. Anybody who has internet, you can log in and do what you need to do.
Hopefully you have your own computer and internet.
One would hope. Okay, YouTube. We keep mentioning YouTube, and really here's why. Vimeo, in my opinion, Vimeo has a little bit higher definition player and has some kind of cooler controls and branding, but they don't have anywhere near the amount of traffic and name recognition that YouTube has. So YouTube is our go-to. It's versatile. You can do whatever you need to do with it. You can live stream, or you can simply post. You can go share it in other embedded in other web pages. People are comfortable and familiar with it, and it looks the same for everybody who has experience there. But really, what I like most about YouTube is its recommended viewing. So if that consumer is on a web page looking at, the concert series in Fredericksburg, over on the right-hand side, if you've been doing videos about other things around the community, it'll recommend your video. So the player's there. It's easy to use. You just upload and you do what you need to do and label things appropriately. I would recommend, and this is a personal thing I just started doing, is actually building out playlists for people so you can have related videos playing that you've done. And again, that's a little beyond what we wanted to talk about today, but it is a really cool resource. With videos and SEO, remember YouTube is owned by Google, so Google will usually index them higher and better. That's why you'll see videos in your search results are almost always YouTube. And you'll want to make sure that your title, so right here, this is what you need to know about new construction homes in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Notice I specifically said Fredericksburg, Virginia to get that kind of traffic. And we announce what we're talking about, what you need to know about new construction homes. Underneath, you'll see the description, and Google will index both the title and that description. So you want to give as much information as you can. This is probably not the best example of a description. I don't know, it's got Fredericksburg, Virginia in there, home buyers. Just to make sure you're writing a sentence that people will recognize for the search results. They're far more likely to click on it and watch if the description is, fairly precise. This video is a good example, well, a good-ish example of informational videos we mentioned earlier, where you can do some instruction and answer some questions. This one admittedly got away from me. It's a 21-minute video. It's a webinar, guys. It's long, but
You
174
don't have to be
views.
21 minutes.
You should not be 21 minutes. Here's what I did is I put together a PowerPoint and said, here's what you need to know when you're looking at building a new home. And
Well, I think Matthew has his instructor hat on when he did this video. So
Definitely do
Yes.
not do 21 minutes.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
But it takes you through every step, literally every step of the process of buying and building a new home, and has a call to action, and then it's pretty strong. 174 views. It actually had closer to 900, but I had to take it down. There was some information that had changed. I had given some information about warranties in Virginia for builders, and that changed. So I had to go bring the video down, edit it, repost it. I did that about 6 months ago or so. And 174 views, you think that's not as good as your 5,000 views of smart homes. Tells you two things. One, people are far more interested in a 90-second video about smart homes than they are 22 minutes of their lives on new construction. But if 174 people watch the entirety of the 22 minutes, there's a good chance that that's a strong level of interest that are looking to or ready to buy or build. And I have had actually probably more inquiries off this video than any other video I've ever done. All right. Okay. One tool I do recommend, this is not a must-have. Most of your microphones on your Android and iPhone devices are just fine, but sound quality is pretty important. And there's been some good videos with great content that you can get back to and listen to on earbuds, where you've got higher quality. That's what a lot of people use to watch videos, and it doesn't sound nearly as good. There's too much ambient noise or crackling or whatever. So Rode, Rode, and you can go get it on Amazon. It's I think $25 or so. Creates or produces this microphone that you can carry. It's small, carry in your pocket. It plugs into your phone, and it's a lapel mic for your shirt or jacket or blouse or whatever, so that you have better sound quality. And it works. It's really, really good. And like I said, it's only like $25 or so. There are higher end. I have a $150 Shure microphone that isn't wired or lapel. And I know, because
I need one. I'm just gonna steal yours.
you can
And
absolutely steal mine. And I should have, actually, I'll just show it to you real quick. We're gonna do a little show and tell here because we're right on time. We're doing good. That's strange for us. Okay, so can you see me?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a microphone, and it's pretty high end. Again, it's Shure. It has a little attachment for the bottom of your phone. It automatically clicks in and connects to your app when you're recording, and it's got a nice quality sound to it, but you don't have to have lapel mic, and it's got a good distance. So I've probably tried it about 15 feet away, and it with the little cap
Ooh.
on there.
That
Look
makes
at
it
that.
even fancier. That's great.
Even
I'm glad you
fancier.
used my microphone for
And it
demo.
comes with a really nice case. Look at that.
Ooh.
Okay, so you guys are ridiculous. Okay, so it comes with a windshield to really cut down again at ambient noise and wind. Thus the name windshield.
It'll also make you dinner.
It will all
Nobody will think you're weird using it.
go make me a sandwich microphone. Um, okay, so we are here to entertain ourselves. Anyways, so but I don't know that you need to go ahead and spend 120 bucks on that unless you're doing a whole lot of this stuff. But that is a high-end, almost professional grade microphone. The RODE or Rode microphone for 25 bucks is just fine. Poppy,
What?
What?
Extremely luxurious microphone.
it's
Oh my
extremely
gosh. You're in those extremely
We don't make
luxurious-
fun of Matthew at all for his gadgets, ever.
I need another backpack. All right, so the other thing we get pushback from some of you is, oh my gosh, I can't remember what I'm talking about, or I'm going to sound like a knucklehead. Let me tell you two things. One, um, you can talk all you want and videotape all you want and then cut out the crap you don't want people to see. Wouldn't it be amazing if our entire life was like that? You could just go back and edit from everybody's mind any stupid thing you ever said or did. That'd be outstanding. Video lets you do just that. So you can edit out the stuff if you are talking through or walking through, and it's again really easy with these apps that we've talked about. But also, there's a really nice app for iPad called Prompt Smart Pro. It's not horribly expensive. I don't remember how much it is, but it's cheap. You can put it on your iPad and you can type everything you want to say. It'll actually play the script to the sound or to the pace of your voice. So if you stop, it'll stop where you stopped at. If you're talking quickly, it'll catch up. If you're talking slowly, I would tell you to get a good pace so that people can follow you and understand you. Don't seem all excitable and out of breath and walking upstairs and all that stuff. Um, so you can also record the audio, just the audio on the app. But it's a good app. There's lots of them out there. This is my favorite.
I use a piece of paper and or whatever I have lying around, which sometimes is napkins. You can use that too.
Very professional, guys.
And a Crayola crayon.
It's
Everybody's
very
using
highly produced videos we do here. It's great.
Well, actually, yeah, we've used grease boards. We've written on windows. Behind
and
Whatever floats your boat. And honestly, as long as you sound
natural.
natural and yes, and not reading off a piece of paper, you're good.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Some tips. Everybody likes tips. All right. Keep it under 90 seconds. Unless you're doing a slam ass job of talking about new construction.
Now?
You can't do that in 90 seconds. You got to do that in 22 minutes. Honestly, 90 seconds. Microsoft of all people just did this survey 2 years ago and said our attention span as a human race now is shorter than a guppy, right? It's about 6 seconds. So 90 seconds video is pretty long. Less than a minute is perfect. 90 seconds, you're kind of stretching it. That's a class, not an introduction video. Use music as often as you can. There are the apps that we're sharing with you, especially the Adobe one and the Windows Movie Maker and stuff. Those apps have limited rights for that, right? For commercial use and stuff. So you have to be careful with those. So if you're using Adobe Spark, we've been told that is, or YouTube Director, those are commercial releases of the music. So you can use that in the background. You cannot just go put your favorite Led Zeppelin song in the back of your video and then publish it because it's commercial use and there's licensing.
YouTube's going to shut you down.
YouTube will absolutely yell at you. Tell a story. Everything's a story for us. So whether you're telling a story of a shop owner, you're telling a story of a community, you're telling a story about you, whatever it is, make sure that there is, every good story has its introduction and its setting, and then you have your denouement at the top, the crescent of the story, and then you have where it plateaus and ends and wraps everything up. So make sure that you're covering a decent story, whatever it is, in a short period of time. And it's important to end with a call to action. Ask them to do something. If you want to know more about this community, you can reach me at MatthewRathman.com. If you want more information, you can email me or you can call me. Everything you do, they may want more information of. So you always end with a call to action. Be personable and be your personable. Don't try to be other people you've seen do videos. If you're not an inherently happy cheerleader, yay kind of person, then be you. And if you suck, then that's fine. At least they know going in. Um, but you don't. Some of you guys really feel, and I meant to mention this earlier. Well, I'll talk about it in a minute. Well, I'll talk about it now. I'm very
Do
thirsty.
it.
All right, we're gonna do it right
It's like
now.
a roller coaster over there.
It is a roller coaster. My mind, 4 tracks at once. Okay, but back to our tips. So there's a couple of things that we've seen as a routine with agents, especially who are doing video. One is you will be on a roll. I mean, you'll be landing your line, you're being personable, you're being you, you're being awesome, and then all of a sudden you get nervous mid-sentence for some reason. You think you're rambling, or you think you've lost track, or you're not making sense. Our advice is finish not making sense. Finish rambling. We can edit that crap out later. Don't just stop because you feel like you had it and you know into that just didn't land that one sentence well, or you're overthinking it. Just have a conversation like you were talking to the camera as if it's another person, and just chatting with them. That's a big one. So be personable, be you. If you're going to be funny, that's okay. Smile and make sure you slow down the land your punchline in video. But be funny. It's okay to be quirky. It's okay to be a little weird and have some character there. If you're just reading a script and standing behind or in front of rather the camera, it's kind of boring. No one's really interested. If you look at the majority of videos who do well online, it's some guy or gal who's in casual wear who's just chatting with you. And generally, it's not hyper uh, fun and excitable. It's not always, really, really polished. Most of those videos that do well are just everyday folks like you and I who are just having a conversation. Be funny rather. Have some fun with it because why not? And then just don't suck. That's my last tip is just don't suck.
Those are all good. I like those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go make a video. Let's just talk lastly about setting the tone. Good lighting's important. Natural outside light is outstanding. It really is. Just make sure you're not washed out too bad, but even that you can edit out. Sometimes you can change the tone of the video. But have fun with it. Be in a setting that you can control the noise. So if you are doing community videos, remember that if you can hear a truck backing up, if you can hear sirens going by, because nothing will ruin a community video like talking about how safe the community is and having a car chase going behind you. I mean, that crap is cool. You want that video, but not for marketing. So if you do hear ambient noises and things, take a breather and stop. And if you're using the lapel mic, like we mentioned, or some other microphone, it'll cut down on that noise. Just replay the video before you take down all your gear, if you have gear, when you leave. Don't hold the camera unless you're doing like selfie videos. So if you have your 8-year-old is out there holding a camera so you can do the video, they're going to be shaking and moving all over the place. It's better to get a tripod. And you can get really cheap tripods at Best Buy or Target or Amazon or wherever, and they make attachments specifically for smartphones. So if you're going to do this more than once or twice, it's worth investing 20, 30 bucks to get what you need to make sure it's stable. And again, natural light, listen to the background noise, have a conversation, check the video and before you take and break down any equipment or move anything to make sure you like it, and then go back and edit it later. Anybody else?
Yeah. Yep.
My only other addition, those are all awesome, is to have that as a plan and then do a bunch of practice ones when time does not matter. So like you're not at an open house or you're not at a property that you need to get a video out really quick. Don't wait until you're at the property and then you're like, I need to make a video. This is my first time trying. Just go home right now, wherever you are, and do a couple practice ones where you're just talking about whatever. And then practice editing it, practice putting in music, and then you'll see kind of how it works in a lower stress environment that's not like, this doesn't look good, my light changed, all these things. You can just focus on learning how to use everything in your free time and not when it's crunch time.
And I think, I mean, quality is important, but it does not need to look like it's highly produced, right? That you had a camera crew do this for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
it's
know
still,
that, yeah, everyone knows you're not a videographer.
yeah.
It
That's
pretty
right.
much says realtor on your card. So
One thing, and I've actually seen people take videos not horizontal. You have, when you're taking video, if you've never edited before, you have to take it the way this picture is showing you. It has to be horizontal. Otherwise, you're going to have the black around it when you're putting your videos and photos together. So I thought everybody knew that, but I've actually seen people do it the other way, and it doesn't create a good product in the end.
Yeah, we've all been walking by and seen people hold the video camera up and want to go up and like move their hand
Yeah,
around to show
just
them.
move it sideways.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Guys, that's the end of our time today.
Woo.
whoa.
And this is the end of our Legion series.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Yeah. Well, all right. It's been awesome. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you, Angel, for helping out. Guys, we're going to get this posted. We'll get some examples of some of the videos we've talked about posted. Again, please visit elitescoop.com/Legion. If you haven't watched the other series, it is our most highly acclaimed series. Just saying. Anyways, it's been fun. Thank you all so much for your attention. I've got to go. I got to go teach the reload class now because that's almost as exciting as video. Thanks again to Poppy and Angel for making this a lot of fun for me and for hanging out with me today. And safe travels for Angel, who's coming back from New York today. And Poppy,
Yay.
get out of my office.
No. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.